You don't know me, and honestly, that might make this easier for me to say. I've tried explaining what happened to people who know me, but they usually laugh it off or say I must have imagined it. Maybe you'll think the same thing. Still, I feel like someone should hear about that night in the Appalachian Mountains. I went there last fall with a small group of friends. We rented a little cabin far up in the mountains, the kind of place surrounded by nothing but trees for miles. The drive alone felt strange. The roads twisted through thick forest, and after a while, our phones lost signal completely. No service, no messages, nothing. Just the road and the mountains around us. When we finally got there, the place looked peaceful enough. The cabin sat on a hill with tall trees all around it. You could hear the wind moving through the branches and see fog slowly drifting between the mountains. At first it felt beautiful, the kind of quiet people go there to find. But the quiet didn't feel normal for long. That evening we decided to walk a trail behind the cabin. Someone had mentioned that it led to a clearing where you could see the mountains and the stars at night. It sounded simple enough. We grabbed flashlights and started down the path. At the beginning, nothing seemed unusual. Leaves crunched under our shoes, and the air had that cold mountain smell. But after a while, I noticed something that didn't sit right with me. There were more footsteps than there should have been. I tried to ignore it at first. I figured maybe the sound was echoing through the trees, or someone behind me was stepping harder than the rest of us. But every time we stopped walking, the extra footsteps stopped too. No one said anything for a while, but I could tell everyone else noticed it eventually. Then we heard a whistle. It came from somewhere deeper in the woods. Long and slow, like someone trying to call out without using words. One of my friends laughed nervously and said maybe it was someone hiking nearby. But the thing is, earlier on the trail, that same friend had made the exact whistle as a joke. And when the sound came from the forest, he was standing right next to me. We all got quiet after that. The woods around us felt darker than they should have. The trees blocked most of the moonlight, and the fog had started creeping along the ground. Every time we turned our flashlights towards the trees, all we saw were shadows and branches. Then the whistle came again. Closer this time. None of us said a word, but we all turned around and started walking back toward the cabin. The whole way back, it felt like something was following us just out of sight. Not rushing, not running, just walking slowly somewhere behind the trees. When we finally reached the clearing near the cabin, the porch light was glowing in the distance. I remember feeling relieved for a moment. Then I made the mistake of turning around. At the very edge of the forest, right where the trees began again, there was a shape standing between them. It was tall and still, almost blending into the darkness. I couldn't make out a face or any details, just a figure standing there, watching. And then it whistled again. The same whistle we had heard on the trail. We ran inside after that. No one wanted to talk about it much. Everyone tried to come up with normal explanations, maybe a hiker, maybe some kind of animal, maybe just our imagination playing tricks on us. But here's the part that keeps bothering me. Later that night, I looked out the cabin window before going to sleep. From there you can see the edge of the woods clearly, and standing right at the tree line, something was still there.